Godzilla versus Kong. Fight night. The ape that's in shape versus the lizard with the blue gizzard. Kong versus Godzilla is finally here. And if you guys couldn't tell already, I'm super hyped. And I'm also Team Kong. Because ever since I saw Kong Skull Island, that beef between him and Samuel L. Jackson, I felt that. So I've been Team Kong. Let me know, are you Team Kong or Team Godzilla in the comment section below. But with that being said, you can already tell I'm super hyped and I'm going to this movie expecting an epic fight, Kong versus Godzilla. And I have to say, this movie did not disappoint. The fights were awesome. And I'm picking Kong to win because of one thing and one thing only. These opposable thumbs. No, but seriously, because Kong is humanoid, he is an ape, he's a primate, he's our cousin in the evolutionary chain or whatever. Opposable thumbs and ingenuity and reflexes and quickness and all of that are in his favor. Shit, Godzilla can't even move his neck, let alone take a couple of these from Kong, right? What happens when Kong starts bobbing and weaving and tagging Godzilla up? So that's why I chose him. But that's not to say Godzilla is no slouch, because we've seen the writing on the wall. We've seen the evolution of Godzilla and Kong through the past few movies of the MonsterVerse. We saw Godzilla in the first movie fight those two bug creatures. What were their names? I forgot their names. We saw Godzilla throw down and we saw his atomic breath. So we know Godzilla has power. But then we saw Kong Skull Island. And Kong has been fighting reptilian amphibious creatures such as Godzilla since he was a baby. So he grew up in these streets of combat with lizard creatures. But then we saw Godzilla King of the Monsters. And a lot of people are saying, after what they saw from Godzilla King of the Monsters, there's no way Kong can stand up to Godzilla after what Godzilla did to Ghidorah. But I remember a different movie. I remember Godzilla getting his ass whipped throughout the movie, and it wasn't until he went to that underground cave, got nuked, and then him and Mothra jumped Ghidorah. It took a whole bunch of circumstances for him to beat Ghidorah. So granted, Godzilla's a badass, but Kong is just built different. And Kong bows to no one. Oh man, when I saw that in the trailer, Lord. But anyway, let's dive into this movie, Godzilla vs. Kong. What did I think of it? What happened? How good was it? And I have to say, this movie lived up to the hype. The fights were epic. I love seeing Kong's ingenuity. I love seeing Godzilla's just raw power. It was like brains versus brawn in this fight. And it was epic. Now, what really drugged this movie down, what really made this movie almost perfect, but because they were in it, this movie kind of suffered, were the human characters. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a good action, rah-rah robots and monsters throwing shit type of movie, but I understand plot needs to happen to make a movie good. But we don't have to force human plot that has nothing to do with the movie. Because let's be realistic here. A lot of the human characters were pointless. Pointless. Like realistically, for example, prime example. I love this man since his True Blood days. Alexander Skarsgård is a hunk of a man, right? But what was his point in the movie? Realistically, what did his character serve? Nothing. Don't even start by the defibrillating bullshit, because had he not been there in the first place, I digress. Apex and their CEO's subplot of whatever. They had to create Mechagodzilla, I get it. But overall, all the human plots, I almost forgot. Don't even get me started on Millie Bobby Brown and her dad from Godzilla King of the Monsters. What did they do? Especially the dad and Monarch. They played no real part in this movie at all, but take away screen time from the epic proportions, the fight night, the titans clashing. But I will say, not all the humans are trash, because there are two characters who stood out, and two characters whose names I remember vividly. Gia and Bernie. Bernie, Paperboy from Atlanta, hilarious. Paperboy, all about that. Hilarious. And Gia, she was so enduring. She talked to Kong in silence. Oh. Guys, from this moment forward, spoilers ahead of the movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, get out of here, because I'm going to dive into the movie, talk some spoilers. You've been warned. Anyway, she talked to Kong. She's sign language. Kong can communicate with humans. So not only is Kong more badass than Godzilla, Kong can actually communicate. Godzilla just lumbers around destroying shit. Kong can speak to us. And her and Kong's connection, it touched me. when she told Kong at the end, be careful, touched. But now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this movie, the fight. These characters fought 3 times, and if you let the internet tell you Godzilla won, but did he? No, seriously, did he really win? Or were his wins dubious at best? Let's talk about round 1. Round 1, Godzilla attacked Kong while he was confined to a ship. Kong is a primate, he needs ground, he needs water. Godzilla is an amphibian, so he has home court advantage. He attacks Kong and Kong can't really move because he's on the ship, and Godzilla and them start fighting. Godzilla takes the upper hand. Kong jumps into the helicarrier where he has a little more space. But even then, it's like 2-3 steps before he falls in the water. Godzilla jumps onto the helicarrier and Kong lit his ass. Kong whooped Godzilla's ass on the carrier. Granted, Godzilla got one good hit in, but Kong did his ass in. It wasn't until Godzilla took the fight from the helicarrier to the water, he beat my boy. But then again, he had home court. 1, he surprise attacked Kong. 2, he had home court advantage. He's an amphibious creature dragging a mammal to the water. What did you expect? So yeah, Godzilla won round 1. Round 2, Kong beat his ass. But before we get to Kong beating his ass, Kong went to Antarctica, jumped through a portal that inverted gravity, walked the equivalent from Antarctica to Hong Kong, and then climbed through another portal. On his way there, fought a couple of creatures he's never met before, and got to Godzilla for round 2. So look at all the shit Kong had to go to just to get to round 2. Mind you, Kong hasn't eaten it since before his first fight with Godzilla. So now Kong is tired. He climbs the portal. He goes through all that gravity bullshit, through a whole other dimension just to get to Godzilla. But now they're one-on-one. No bullshit, no shenanigans. And Kong beats his ass. Kong had the axe of power and just did Godzilla's ass up. Now, a lot of people are saying it's not fair, it was a weapon. But to be fair, remember what I said in the beginning of the video? Opposable thumbs, ingenuity. Kong's ancestors created that axe, and that axe is a part of being a primate. It's humans, for example, we kill animals with weapons because we have opposable thumbs and ingenuity. So he beat Godzilla's ass. So after doing all that, and after getting a round 2 with Godzilla, right? Kong was tired. And Godzilla took advantage of that, stole the boy's axe, and then what made matters worse is the fact that while Godzilla was losing on land, he tried to push Kong back in the ocean so he could have home court advantage. I've seen 3 Godzilla movies. Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then this. I've never seen Godzilla move so desperately. He was trying so hard. I was sitting here like, yo, is this the mighty Godzilla? Trying his damnedest, and he's desperately clawing. Like I never saw Godzilla scratch anybody. He's clawing, biting, using everything in his arsenal on Kong after Kong was tired. So yeah, Godzilla won round 3 after Kong was exhausted. And I'm not gonna lie, it moved. Like, I felt Kong's pain. Godzilla stepped on his chest. And for a moment, I saw Kong's life flash before his eyes. Because all Godzilla would have to do was atomic breath him in the face and it's over. Granted, again, Kong's tired. Like, so now we have 3 rounds. Godzilla won 2 of them under dubious circumstances. And the one time they fought one-on-one, head-to-head, round 2, Kong won. The other rounds, dubious. So yeah, Godzilla won technically. But I think had they been fair one-on-one on land, Kong would have had him. Because here's why I say that. Because after Godzilla won, Mechagodzilla came out. And Mechagodzilla beat the daylights out of Godzilla. Like, granted, Mechagodzilla is also Ghidorah's consciousness from Godzilla King of the Monsters. And we know Godzilla just can't hang with Ghidorah, let alone his consciousness in a super metallic body now, right? He whooped Godzilla's ass. And Godzilla was done for. But who came in at the end? Who killed Mechagodzilla? Kong. So for all you doubters and all you Kong haters out there saying that Godzilla won, Mechagodzilla, who's stronger than Godzilla, lost to Kong. Kong chopped him up, ripped his neck, ripped his head off, stood there, roared, and let Godzilla know, I did this. And then at the end of the movie, Godzilla started walking, he roared, Kong got up, picked up his axe, roared back, looked Godzilla dead in his eye, said, you know what? Drop the axe. You can leave. And what Godzilla say? Thank you, Lord Kong, and walked away. Godzilla vs. Kong was an epic movie, I'm not gonna lie. Despite all my love and bias for Godzilla vs. Kong, I thoroughly enjoy these type of movies where it's fucking kaijus and monsters and titans. I love Pacific Rim 1. 2, not so much. So you guys can already see where my taste lies. I love watching monsters destroy shit in epic proportions, and I want some plot that doesn't necessarily hinge on the human characters. But overall, this movie was a solid movie. I really enjoyed Godzilla vs. Kong. You guys let me know, did you enjoy the movie as much as I did? Are you Team Kong? And Team Kong, stand up with me, because we know those ones were dubious. And Team Godzilla, be real. Be real with yourself. Round 1, Kong was confined to a ship. Round 3, he was exhausted from walking around the planet, going through dimensions, fighting other creatures, and then beating Godzilla for round 2. So be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Because Kong bows to no one. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on Godzilla vs. Kong. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and until next time, binge on.